Greetings everyone, I am Devesh Rathi of CSA 4th year and I am here to give the presentation on our project Traffic Prediction using IoT on the behalf of our team, which includes Dipanshu Paliwal and Aman Srivastav as well. So let me start with the list of contents. So here we are going to talk about our projects, the technology which we have used in our project, which type of security we have used, the feasibility of the application, workflow of the application, and the workflow of the Google APIs which we are used in the application. So, starting with our project. So, we have developed an Android application by targeting users' need to see real-time traffic using IoT, machine learning, and GPS-based advanced APIs. Here, APIs are collecting data using crowdsourcing and the and real-time user location accumulates on server by microservers. These applications consist of industry-ready MVVC architecture, JSON parsing, real-time data rendering, data manipulation, and IoT-based cloud computing. Now let's go to the next slide. So here we are using a combination of different technologies to tackle the problem of real-time traffic information. To understand the whole working model, first we should understand how we are calculating traffic on locations. Firstly, we are using the GPS, which uses the Flycrow algorithm to ensure that the data we are getting is accurate and correct. We are also using crowdsourcing, in which we are tracking real-time location from users and speed from phone sensors using IoT and ML. Accordingly, with Flycrow algorithm, we are calculating average traffic in different locations. It is not accurate because we are getting the data from different models who we have only installed in application. That's why we are also using ML, machine learning, to make our model learn always, again and again. So we have also used machine learning in it. We have also used accelerometer and chronometer so that we can get the exact accuracy of the data. Firstly, we started with accelerometer, then we get to know that we also have to use chronometer to accurate the data along with the time. And in the Flycrow algorithm, in API Planck post request call, we are sending all the required parameter and doing calculation in the backend using cloud computing as well. So we have also used the cloud computing in it using AWS IoT Cloud. Let's talk about TensorFlow. We have used TensorFlow. We all know TensorFlow plans to give worldwide class on co-interpretation section for any TensorFlow model. In any case, TensorFlow mediation belongs long support an oblique subset of TensorFlow managers that we have streamlined for on consecutive use. This includes 2 or 3 models require extra strides to work with TensorFlow. To recognize with administrators are open. See operator likeliness. In the event that you see in model using chefs that are not yet forfeited by TensorFlow. And we have used TensorFlow for many mathematical algorithms, as it is very easy in TensorFlow to do mathematical calculation, and we have presented the calculation in the form of roadmap by the heat map. Let's talk about location manager. The location manager helps us to access the access course location, access find location asset is required. Subordinate upon the location manager method used. Either access course location or access find location asset is required. For example, you need to verbalize the access course location support if your application uses a framework based on zone provider as it were. Let's talk about the Google APIs. The Google APIs which we have used includes the Map JavaScript APIs, which is used to show the geometrical map representation of the locations. So let's talk about it in deep. We could have used just we could have just shown you like you have entered the name of the city and the place, and it will give you that place has this type of you know traffic, that moderate or high as well. So but instead of that we have used the layers to show the map and the heat map to track the traffic type, that is high for red and green for low and moderate for other color. That's why we also use a heat map. And we have used many more technologies along with it, with like data polygon, GeoJSON, and many more, also like distance matrix. So for security reasons we have used the SSL, secured socket layer. While utilizing SSL for secure internet exchange, a web server needs a SSL affirmation build up a safe SSL alliance. SSL scrambles encourages alliance section over the vehicle layer, which is a structure associate piece over the program layer. It is like there are two type of keys, the Hitler key and the private key. The Hitler key is provided by the web program and the private key is given to the beneficiary, so to speak. And there are also a use of HTTPS, because HTTPS utilize the SSL show to encode exchange with the target that aggressors can take information. Chrome and different activities mark all HTTP areas as not affirm, and HTTP along is not safe. So we have used HTTPS. So the reasons some of the reasons which we are using HTTPS are: HTTPS is a powerful secure for the two client and site priorities. HTTPS affirms goal. Clients of roadside application, for example Uber, Lyft, they do not get into another vehicle of sureness. That's why they also use HTTPS. So moving on to the next page, let's talk about feasibility. In the term of feasibility, the project is really flexible if we are getting data from some API. Otherwise, to track all the users, such a large scale cannot be possible. So let's talk about it. As we all know, I have only me and my team members have just installed this app, so it is not possible to detect the traffic with only 3 people. So the API which we have used is getting the data for the required peoples, so that we can calculate the data. And it's not like that we are only using their data, our data is also going to the cloud and process, and all the data along with our data is going to make the map which we are seeing in which we are going to see in this very moments. So the workflow of the application. Looking at this above diagram shows that the workflow of the application. When a user installs the application, GPS is enabled and then traffic data from Google server is required. Map API is invoked and the particular response is received by the device, and after entering the data is received by the application. So it is the workflow of the application. Let's talk about the workflow of the Google Maps API. So as you can see in this above diagram shows that the pictorial representation of the workflow of APIs in the application, and the entire diagram is only depicted in relation between the Google APIs and the application. But before this, thank you. Let me show you how our app is going now. So as you can see, as the number of satellite increases, the accuracy increases as well. Once the satellite reaches above 24, the accuracy will be 100%, nearby 100%. We cannot say it's totally 100%, but 99.9% it would be more accurate than all other speed verifier and traffic prediction apps. So it is showing 0 kilometer as we are not moving, and I am in home due to lockdown, as well. It's quarantine time. Let's talk about how to get a place. So we just can write about a place name, and we can see how much traffic is there. So you can clearly see this green symbol shows that there is very less traffic, and this orange symbol says there is a moderate traffic. And you cannot see anywhere red traffic because of lockdown. Most of the place you can easily see there is very less traffic because it's all green, and due to lockdown it has to be that way. People cannot roam around. So that's it with the app. And right now, on the behalf of our team, we are going to say thank you to reach this very end.